Before you listen to another word, I want you to stop for a second. Look around you right now. The room you are sitting in, the light shining down, the sounds in the background. It all feels so incredibly real, doesn't it? But that is exactly the problem. There is a question haunting you on the inside. You don't even know what it is, but you can feel it in your bones. It eats away at you in the silence between your thoughts, a creeping feeling that something is just wrong. You wake up every morning and do everything you are supposed to do. You grab your phone and scroll before you even get out of bed. You swallow the same tasting coffee. You fight through traffic or squeeze past strangers on the subway. You sit in an office solving problems that never actually end. You smile at people you don't really want to smile at. You post a picture online just to tell the world that you are doing okay. And then you lie down in bed at night with a heavy emptiness sitting right in the middle of your chest. You ask yourself quietly in the dark, what are we even doing? Is this really all there is to life? Why does being me hurt so much? You get what you want, but the pain is still there. You try to run from it, but it always catches up. You keep moving forward, but the suffering just wears a new mask. That is the Matrix, not the one from the movie. A Matrix much, much deeper than that. A Matrix with no servers, no machines, no outside programmer, because you are both the program and the one being programmed. Over 2.5 millennia ago, a man decided to walk away from his palace, not to find happiness, but to find a way out of the system. He didn't just press the escape key, he hacked the system from the inside. And one night, under a Bodhi tree, he saw the code, the hidden code running behind every single piece of suffering you have ever felt. The code powering every burst of anger, every fear, and every tear you have ever choked back. What he found that night changed everything. Today, I am going to show you that code, not so you can run away from your life, but so you can wake up and live in it like you never have before. Are you ready for the red pill? In the movie The Matrix, when Neo swallows the red pill, the first thing he sees is not beautiful. It is a terrifying truth. He sees that his body is plugged into a massive machine. He sees that the life he knew was just a simulation. The Buddha discovered the exact same thing, but he didn't call it the Matrix. He called it the Five Aggregates. This simulation runs on 5 core programs, running 24 hours a day without you even realizing it. Program 1 is form, your hardware, your physical body, your flesh and bone, the physical world you can touch. Program 2 is feeling, your notification system, the flashes of pleasure, pain, or just a neutral feeling that pop into your mind. Program 3 is perception, your old database, the memories and past data you pull up to judge what is happening right now. Have you ever been wide awake at 2 in the morning? Because thoughts about work, money, or someone you love just popped into your head, totally uninvited. That is program number 4 running. Program 4 is mental formations, the narrator in your head, your manufactured thoughts, your worries, your anger, your fears. It doesn't wait for your approval to run. It turns itself on all the time, and you are the one paying the electric bill for it every single month. And program 5 is consciousness, the operating system underneath it all. The system that simply acknowledges and experiences whatever comes in. The Buddha said, these 5 programs are not you. They are just constructed elements of nature, and they all share the exact same trait. They boot up, they start decay, and they shut down. They are no different than a twig, a log, or the dirt on the ground. But you have been completely fooled into believing these programs are you. When your body gets sick, you cry and say, I am dying. When a dark thought pops up, you hate yourself and say, I am a bad person. When the happy feelings fade, you panic and say, My life has lost its meaning. You are way too invested in the script of the simulation. You are letting the five aggregates play you, making you run back and forth between pleasure and pain in an endless loop. But wait, if you aren't your body, you aren't your feelings, and you aren't your thoughts, who is the one suffering right now? The Buddha pointed out that what keeps us trapped in this system is not a permanent soul that walked into a trap. It is the clinger, a being bound by ignorance and craving, holding tightly onto these five programs, believing they are its true identity. Every time you think, I am angry, every time you think, I am in pain, that clinging process is running, not because someone ordered it to, but because it has been fed fuel for your entire existence. The Buddha said this clinger has been wandering through the cycle of rebirth for a very, very long time, countless ages. You have already been everything. You have been at the absolute top, a billionaire. You have been at rock bottom, a homeless person with no one to look at you. You have been born in every possible realm, only to find out that in the end, you just get old, get sick, and die over and over again. So why are we still stuck in this loop? Why can't we log out? The Buddha said it is because we have two cables plugged into us, pinning us to the system. The first cable is ignorance, the blindfold keeping us from seeing the truth. The second cable is craving, the chain tying us to the addictive pleasures of the simulation. We are stuck in this fake world, not because a warden locked us in, but because we love it, and we hold on to it for dear life. Waking up from this simulation is not easy. Sometimes it is a deeply painful process. The Buddha compared this awakening to a story about a man blind from birth. Try to picture this slowly. There is a man who has been blind since the day he was born. He has never seen the light. He has never known colors. One day, a cruel person hands him a filthy, greasy, soot-stained rag and lies to him. My friend, this is the finest white cloth. It is expensive, premium silk. Wear it, it will feel amazing. The blind man doesn't know the truth. He is thrilled. He takes the filthy rag and wears it with so much pride. He walks around, showing off to everyone. Look, I am wearing the most expensive, beautiful white cloth in the world. He loves that rag. He cherishes it. He protects it. Until one day, a good friend takes him to see an eye doctor. That doctor, who represents the Buddha, treats his eyes until finally his vision is restored. The very first second he opens his eyes and looks down at the clothes he is wearing, what is his first feeling? He is in shock. He is horrified. The thing he worshipped, the thing he thought was the most beautiful and valuable thing he owned, was actually a disgusting, soot-stained rag. His pride vanishes in an instant. His love for that cloth drops dead. He desperately rips it off his body and throws it as far away as he can, along with the crushing, painful realization that I have been lied to my entire life. That is exactly what it feels like to swallow the red pill. That filthy, soot-stained rag is the five aggregates. It is this body, these thoughts, these emotions, the things we blindly love, fiercely protect, and mistakenly think make up our beautiful identity. Awakening is opening your eyes and seeing the truth. The sadness you hold so dear, the anger you hug so tightly, the messy thoughts you love to roll around in, they are just dirty rags tricking you into suffering. When you finally open your eyes, you will not try to decorate the rag to make it look prettier. You will not spray perfume on a piece of trash. You just throw it away. But once you know you have been fooled, how does the source code running that system actually work? I want you to pause and think for a second. Throughout human history, countless philosophers, scientists, and brilliant psychologists have tried to solve the puzzle of human suffering. Some said it was a punishment from above. Some said it was just fate. Some said just think positive and everything will be fine. But not a single one of them ever saw all the way down to the root of it, until one night, under the Bodhi tree by the river, the Buddha didn't see a vision of gods in the sky. He didn't receive inspiration from the universe. He looked straight through the illusion of the entire cosmos and saw something no one in human history had ever seen before. He saw the secret source code of nature, the code running behind every feeling, every joy, and every pain in your life. He called this secret code Dependent Origination, and as he breathed out his realization, he said, "When this exists, that comes to be. With the arising of this, that arises. When this does not exist, that does not come to be. With the cessation of this, that ceases." It isn't about luck. It isn't about having a bad day. Every single ounce of suffering in your heart works as a chain reaction, like a series of gears locking into each other. Let's overlay this code onto your real life. Imagine you are sitting there sipping your coffee and your phone lights up. It is an email from your boss, heavily criticizing your work. In that split second, your heart races. Anger and humiliation shoot right up into your throat. You feel like your world is crashing down and you are suffering. But if you use the Buddha's wisdom to look straight through this event, you won't see your boss. You won't see an email. You won't see bad luck. You will only see the green code. Lines of programming raining down the screen. It starts with your eyes making contact with the light from the screen. Visual recognition boots up. The collision of your eye, the screen light, and your recognition creates contact. Because of this contact, a feeling arises, the tightness, the pain, the irritation in your chest. Because of that painful feeling, craving arises, the urge to fight back, to argue, to quit your job. Because of that craving, clinging arises, the deep belief that this is me being attacked, my pride is being destroyed. And finally, this loop perfectly manufactures stress, sorrow, and suffering. Do you see it? There is no you in that process at all. There is no me who is in pain. There is only a mechanism of nature working together. Like electricity running through a circuit the second you flip a switch. Suffering doesn't actually exist as a permanent, solid thing. It is just the final result of causes coming together. And when the causes shut down, the suffering shuts down. When you see this mechanism clearly, you naturally take a step back. You see your anger as just a program that got triggered. You see your loneliness, your sadness, your social pressure as just a script that started running. And that script has to stop running the moment the fuel runs out, even if you are still angry. Right now, you are watching the anger as an object, not as an identity you have to defend. And that alone changes everything. Seeing this rule is how you hack the system. So what is the end game of unplugging from this system? If we escape the simulation of the 5 aggregates, where do we actually go? When you are fully wide awake, when you pull your attachment out of every single feeling and every single thought, by seeing the raw truth that is not mine, that is not what I am, that is not myself. When you do that, the clinging process simply stops running, and you enter the state that appears when the causes of suffering are entirely shut down. The Buddha called this state the unconditioned, or Nibbana. It is not a place. It is not a heaven filled with floating castles. Because those heavens are still just part of the simulation, they still boot up and shut down. Nibbana is what remains when the fuel for suffering is completely extinguished. Imagine the absolute deepest silence you have ever felt and multiply it by infinity. That is the direction he is pointing. He described this unconditioned state by saying, "It is a nature that is unborn. It is unbrought to being. It is unmade. It is unconditioned. In that state, there is no appearance of birth. There is no appearance of decay. It is absolute, perfect freedom. It is the deepest, most profound peace, where suffering, stress, bills, expectations, the past, or the future can never ever reach you again. Your life in the modern world is designed to keep you in the deepest sleep possible. Social media, algorithms, news, outrage, and the ultimate irony is, the Silicon Valley engineers who designed these systems to get you addicted refuse to let their own children touch a screen. All of this is just an upgraded function, designed to force constant contact, trigger feelings, and feed your cravings over and over again. The world teaches you to get angry when insulted. It teaches you to starve for success. It teaches you to break down when you lose something. The world never teaches you how to stop, and it never teaches you the real way to end suffering. But when you hear the Buddha Vajana, the exact words spoken directly from the mouth of the man who hacked the universe, you are handed the Noble Eightfold Path, which isn't just generic advice. It is an entirely new operating system. It covers every dimension of your life: how you see the world, how you speak, how you work, how you train your mind. It is the most perfect red pill in the history of mankind. And here is the most important part. This path is not a shortcut. No one listens to a single podcast and reaches enlightenment, but even the very first step of truly seeing immediately makes the suffering lighter. You don't have to destroy the world. You don't have to quit your job or run away to live on a mountain. You still walk on the exact same street. You still use your phone. You still talk to people. But on the inside, you are awake. When a negative thought boots up, you just look at it and tell yourself, this is just the mental formation program running. It isn't me. And then it fades away. When sadness hits your heart, you just look at it and know, this is just a feeling. It came from contact and it's going to pass. You start living your life with a deep sense of lightness because you are no longer carrying the weight of the entire world on your shoulders. And that blind man, after he opened his eyes and saw the truth, he never went back to pick up that filthy rag. Not because someone ordered him to throw it away, not because he forced himself to do it, but because he finally saw it. And once you truly see it, you can't unsee it. He walked out into the light, and he never carried that rag with him again. You can start unplugging today. The next time you feel a violent emotion, whether it is anger, anxiety, or heavy sadness, stop for just 1 second and quietly ask yourself, what program is running right now? That's it. You don't have to kill it. You don't have to run from it. You don't have to fix it. Just see it as a program, not as you. That is the Buddha's teaching in real life. That is step 1 of the prison break, thread by thread, breaking free from the illusion, breaking free from being a slave to your desires, and slowly walking out into true freedom, where death and suffering can never find you again.